So let's get straight into it. A mother dropped her precious 3-month-old baby CJ off to daycare for the very first time. And you know, some daycares offer live stream cameras that allow the parent to check up on their child and to see what's going on within that daycare at any time, which absolutely sounds like the safest option for any parent instead of not being able to see what your baby is going through when you're not in sight, right? But unfortunately, after a few hours, when this mom randomly checked the monitors to check in on her baby, she said that what she saw was one of the workers reach over into her under the crib to pick her up, and then she saw panic. And then she saw other daycare workers crowding around her daughter. And as you know, daycare streaming is visual only, no audio, so she immediately called them to find out what's going on, to see what's wrong, and rushed to go pick her up. The daycare didn't really have any answers, but she could tell that her baby was in distress, so she rushed her to the emergency room, to which doctors had x-rays done and confirmed that baby CJ's arm was broken. Wow.
Ended up with a broken arm at daycare.
I just really want to make sure that it doesn't happen to anybody else.
This mom has since filed a report with authorities. She hired a lawyer and filed a lawsuit. The daycare is currently under investigation, but get this. In that very same daycare, a worker slammed the baby in 2017, but the daycare claims that this is totally separate from this event and deny any wrongdoing as far as baby CJ goes. The doctors say that it'll take a few more weeks before baby CJ is fully recovered from her injuries. We are definitely going to keep baby CJ in our thoughts and prayers. That is really scary to have happen to a 3-month-old, especially on her first day there, and especially when they have cameras and know you're watching. Jesus. And look, the cameras were live only. They don't have any sound or playback, so they can't determine what exactly happened, but we hope that this mother gets some real answers and that justice is served. You can never be too careful with these schools.
Dropping her off at daycare was scary in itself. For that to happen on the first day, it crushed me.
Now, since we're on the topic, and in case you missed it, verbatim, a Michigan father transferred his biracial 7-year-old daughter to another school after he said her hair was cut on 2 different occasions, first by a classmate, then a school employee. Jimmy Hoffmeyer said his daughter, Journey, arrived home on March 24 from Gaynard Elementary with 2 to 3 inches of the right side of her hair cut off by one of her classmates. Hoffmeyer took Journey the same day to a local hair salon, which styled her hair in an asymmetrical cut and offered free haircuts until the hair grew back. 2 days later, Journey arrived home with her hair cut again. This time, a library employee had cut the other side, according to Hoffmeyer. Hoffmeyer said he called the school multiple times with no answer before calling the police. The Mount Pleasant Police Department told USA Today they spoke with Hoffmeyer, but he did not file a police report. After the haircuts, Hoffmeyer said an assistant at the school apologized for the incident and advised him the principal was out of the office and could not speak to him until after spring break. On April 5, he said he received a call from the principal and was told the librarian would receive marks on her report but did not have the authority to do anything further. Long story short, all they could do was offer an apology card to this young girl and then place the blame on her, claiming that she's the one who asked them to cut her hair both times, which is the only reason why they did it. But the father's issue is, even if the child did ask them to, why would they even do so without the parents' permission? Like, she's only 7 years old. Hoffmeyer, who is black and white, said the classmate who cut his daughter's hair and the librarian were both white, but he is trying hard not to make this situation about race. Journey's mother is white. You can see that this father doesn't want no problems and is treading lightly with this school. But here's Journey's hair before they played in it. He has since transferred his daughter out to school, and at this point she doesn't even want to go to school anymore. So her father has set her up with therapy. Wow, that is crazy and traumatic. I didn't know schools these days were hair salons too. Now, in more recent news, a 6-year-old in Florida was beaten by her school principal in front of her mother for damage that she allegedly caused to a computer. Crazy. Verbatim, a Florida elementary school principal is under investigation for whacking a 6-year-old girl with a paddle, which was captured by the girl's mother on video. Melissa Carter, head of Central Elementary School in Clewiston, was filmed bending the child over and hitting her several times with the wooden paddle. The hatred with which she hit my daughter, I mean, it was a hatred that really I've never hit my daughter like she hit her. The girl's mom told the TV station in Spanish I had never hit her. The mom, who wasn't named in the report, said she was called by the school on April 13 because her daughter had apparently caused about $50 worth of damage to a computer. She went to the school to pay the fee, but was sent to the principal's office where she found her child with Carter and a school clerk, according to the report. Then the principal started to scream, the tearful mom said. She looked around and got nervous after noticing a lack of surveillance cameras. What are we doing in this place, my daughter and I alone? The mom said she wondered, so she hid her phone in her purse and decided to record the brutal punishment, fearing that authorities wouldn't believe her otherwise. Nobody would have believed me, the mom told the outlet. I sacrificed my daughter so all parents can realize what's happening in the school.
That's a school principal.
No, put
your hands down. Hitting a 6-year-old with a wooden paddle in front of her mother.
She took her daughter to a doctor later that day to document the red marks and bruises caused by the paddle and said, "I'm going to get justice for my daughter because if I could not do it in front of her, I'm going to do it with justice." The Clewiston Police Department and the Department of Children and Families confirmed that they are investigating the incident. So basically, they're investigating and trying to figure out whether they should give the principal and the clerk criminal charges. That's aggravated battery, said Pravinsky, an attorney who works with undocumented immigrants. They're using a weapon that can cause severe physical harm. The child is terrified. She feels vulnerable. There's nothing she can do in the hands of these adults who treated her so brutally, savagely, sadistically, he said. Unbelievable. As parents, you never expect for your child to be abused by the very same people who are supposed to protect them at their school. The teachers, the workers, the librarians, and even the principal. Something gotta give. But what are y'all thinking? We want to know, so leave your thoughts below and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more. And don't forget to hit that bell to join the notification gang. PetTeaBlog.com signing out.